One of the most important factors for keeping your houseplants alive in a heat wave is choosing the right location and orientation for them. Different plants have different preferences for light and temperature, so you need to know your plant's needs and adjust accordingly. Some general tips are: avoid placing your plants near windows that face south or west, as these get the most direct sunlight and heat during the day. Instead, opt for windows that face north or east, or use curtains or blinds to filter the light. If you have a balcony or a patio, you can move some of your plants outside, but make sure they are not exposed to direct sun or strong winds. You can also create some shade by using umbrellas, awnings, or other structures. If you have a basement or a cooler room in your house, you can relocate some of your plants there temporarily. However, be careful not to shock your plants by moving them too abruptly from one environment to another. You can acclimate them gradually by moving them closer to the door or window before taking them outside or inside. Monitor your plants regularly and look for signs of stress, such as wilting, yellowing, curling, or dropping leaves. If you notice any of these symptoms, move your plant to a cooler or shadier spot and water it more frequently. By following these tips, you can help your houseplants survive and thrive in a heat wave. Remember to check on them often and adjust their location and orientation as needed. Happy gardening! Watering your plants properly and efficiently is one of the most important factors to keep them alive in B's incredible heat wave. In this section, I will share some tips and tricks on how to water your plants correctly and avoid common mistakes that can lead to overwatering or underwatering. First of all, you need to know how much water your plants need. Different plants have different water requirements depending on their type, size, soil, pot, and location. A general rule of thumb is to water your plants when the top inch of the soil feels dry to the touch. You can use your finger or a moisture meter to check the soil moisture level. However, some plants may need more or less frequent watering depending on their specific needs. For example, succulents and cacti need less water than tropical plants and ferns. You can research your plant's water needs online or ask a local nursery for advice. Secondly, you need to know how to water your plants effectively. The best way to water your plants is to soak the soil thoroughly until water drains out of the bottom of the pot. This ensures that the roots get enough water and oxygen and that the soil does not become compacted or waterlogged. You should avoid watering your plants from above or spraying them with a misting bottle, as this can cause fungal diseases or leaf burn. You should also avoid watering your plants in the middle of the day when the sun is at its peak, as this can cause evaporation and heat stress. The best time to water your plants is in the early morning or evening when the temperature is cooler and the sun is less intense. Thirdly, you need to know how to adjust your watering schedule according to the weather conditions. During a heat wave, your plants will lose more water through transpiration and evaporation than usual. This means that you may need to water them more often than normal. However, you should still check the soil moisture level before watering and avoid overwatering, as this can cause root rot or fungal infections. You should also monitor your plants for signs of dehydration or overhydration, such as wilting, drooping, yellowing, browning, or mushy leaves. If you notice any of these symptoms, you should adjust your watering accordingly. Finally, you need to know how to conserve water and reduce waste when watering your plants. Water is a precious resource and we should use it wisely and responsibly. Here are some ways you can save water and help the environment while keeping your plants healthy and happy. Use rain barrels or buckets to collect rainwater and use it to water your plants. Rainwater is free and natural, and it can benefit your plants by providing them with minerals and nutrients. Use drip irrigation systems or soaker hoses to deliver water directly to the roots of your plants. This reduces evaporation and runoff and saves water and time. Use mulch or organic matter to cover the soil surface around your plants. This helps retain moisture, prevent weeds, regulate temperature, and enrich the soil. Use pots with drainage holes and saucers to prevent water from spilling or leaking out of the pot. You can also reuse the excess water in the saucers to water other plants or pour it back into the pot. Use self-watering pots or devices that release water slowly into the soil according to the plant's needs. These can be useful if you are away from home for a long time or if you have many plants to take care of. By following these tips and tricks, you can keep your houseplants alive and thriving in B's incredible heat wave. Remember that watering your plants properly and efficiently is not only good for them but also for you and the planet. Happy gardening!